Today I am going to address you on important things about the custom brokers license regulations examination. Today we have planned our talk like this. There will be a small overview about the legal aspects, which I don't want to deal much, but I will give you key topics, areas of progress, and eligibility aspects. We are going to guide you. And our senior man, my mentor, is going to talk to you on practical insights and tips for examination preparation, which is very, very important. Then we will have a question answer session, and the administration aspects by tech will be answered by them. So this is how we have planned for the day. Hope it will be comfortable for all of you. Let me start with my talk. What is the basic law for managing imports and exports? It is not always Customs Act 1962 which talks about the commercial aspects, but it is the Foreign Trade Development and Regulation Act, which is managed by Director General of Foreign Trade, which is the basic act which should be known. But to manage the borders of all Indian laws, prohibitions under any law of India, plus customs, means regulating the imports and exports, is the main task of the Customs Department, headed by CBI, Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. And the legal framework consists of Customs Act 1962, read with Customs Tariff Act 1975, which gives the framework for movement. And there are a lot of prohibitions imposed through allied acts. 64 agencies are with the customs to implement them in the border. So it's a huge area one has to acquire for doing import and export business. So no person, what is the advantage of becoming an agent or custom broker is in that area where importation exportation takes place. You call it as port, airport, international airports, or inline container depots, or any such customs stations. Nobody can enter except the person who imports and exports. Only those. No person shall carry business. And to act as an agent, to act as a bridge between the department and the importers and exporters, Customs Commissioner has the privilege to appoint customs broker. Kindly note, without the permission from the customs, nobody can enter or go out of the customs area. Entry and departure of all conveyances, let it be a ship or an aircraft or by road, all that is going to be, even by train, is controlled by the Customs Department. Here, unless such person holds a license, he cannot enter, and the person who holds the license should be called as a custom broker, and for him, he has to get through the examination prescribed under Section 146 of the Customs Act. And the regulations are the Customs Brokers Licensing Regulations 2018 as amended. Means, if you become a custom broker license holder, then alone you can enter the premises, assist the importer and the exporter and the department. You can be a bridge between theirs, the traders, the business people, plus the department, as a person conveying legal compliances of the department to the importers and exporters. If you can see the definition given in the law, customs brokers, in the regulation 2, person licensed to act as an agent of an importer or an exporter. And the tasks are entry, departure of conveyance, import, export of goods at any customs station. You can handle things in any customs station if you are awarded this license. Audit, even auditing, you have been empowered. So this is how, unless you have a license, you cannot conduct this kind of brokerage. And once you take the license, it will be a responsible position. You have to pass certain examination, then only it will be awarded. And the examination is a very tough one. As I told you, hardly 40 people in India have been selected last year. Then you can imagine the amount of the study that need to be done, focused study that need to be done. Before that, we will try to move further on certain aspects. Sir, why you are hurrying it up? There is already a notice for Customs Brokers Examination 2024. It has been issued on 23rd August 2023. Every Indian citizen without any age limit can participate. It's an online written examination followed by interview, which is much more tougher. Last time, when we had the interview, out of 3 people who passed the written examination, only 1 could get through. So it's also very important of combing personalities, people who are to be admitted. And other things which you can read later, doesn't matter. But for you, the applications are opened from 18/10/2023 to 17/11/2023 up to 6 p.m. It is better you go to personally to the concerned jurisdictional office, pay the prescribed fee of 500 through Challan, and hand over the written application with all the enclosures indicated in the presentation. So that's very, very important. There is no online receiving of the application. So don't be under the impression online I will file. You can send it by registered post or speed post with acknowledgement due. But I suggest you to visit the local customs office and then hand over, so that even if there is any error, they will inform you. You have to give application form A, which will be circulated to the people who join our sessions, and all other things we are going to guide you. Then the examination is conducted by National Academy of Customs, Indirect Taxes and Narcotics. That's the main exam, one of the very major examination, but nation has not yet given its time frame, so we are awaiting. Who are the eligible persons? Conditions to be fulfilled. He must be a citizen of India, then a person of sound mind, not adjudicated as insolvent. He should have an Aadhaar card, holds a valid PAN card, not been penalized in any of the criminal offenses or taxation laws, neither been convicted by a competent court. All those people are eligible to write this examination. Syllabus, Regulation 6(7) talks about the syllabus. A bit of it I will try to introduce to the listeners here. So now, names of the applicant found eligible to appear in the examination means all our applications will be taken by the local office, by post or by person. Then they are going to scrutiny and they are going to recommend that to the central NASIN, and NASIN will display the eligible persons who can appear for the examination, and they will send the admission cards, things like that. This year, 2024, as per the announcement, is expected to be held in the month of March 2024, before which we have sufficient time to prepare you with nearly 80 sessions of lecture and 20 sessions of optional examination, digital examination, online, as conducted by the examination by NASIN. Similar to it, we are going to conduct, so that you will come out in flying colors. That's the aim. The aim of us at this old age is to see that our people are properly strengthened to become, to take our economy forward, nothing else. Sir, what is the condition? Whether I am eligible? I think you're all curious to know. You must be a graduate. Yes, most of the time, this is the minimum requirement and everybody will have. But more important for us is and possess. So he should be a graduate and also possess a professional degree. Kindly note, you cannot have any professional degree. There are specific degrees and also such as mentioned. They are master's or equivalent degree in accounting, finance management, chartered accountant, company secretaries, MBAs, LLMs, ACMA, FCMA, or diploma in customs clearance work from any institute or university recognized by the government. So that is the one. Secondly, if you are a graduate and if you are already a G card holder and working with any custom broker already, and if you have a 2 years experience, then also you can write examination. We are going to talk to you a bit on G card. Today, the focus is always on the F card. That is the ultimate card where you can be an entrepreneur and you are the signing authority for on behalf of the importers and exporters, and customs will recognize as the digitally signed documents as the valid one. You require, once you pass the examination and oral test, you will be admitted. Once you are admitted to the custom brokers arena, you may have to give 5 lakhs as the deposit, because you will be handling goods of very high value and in a very protected area. So for precautionary basis, this 5 lakhs rupees will be taken as a guarantee. This, once you pass the examination, a lot of companies will come forward to keep this amount on your name and start making using your services there. So that will happen. That should not be a problem for you. Another is a retired Group A officer. I think you are not interested now in that. So we should know 2 ways our persons can get in, our aspirants can get in. One is basically graduate plus the other degrees, professional degrees, or 2 years working as a G card holder. If you are not a G card holder, at least now you can start preparing for the G card, which we will be told how it should be prepared also during our lectures. Then examination shall be required to appear for a written as well as oral. Online written exam shall be conducted by NASIN. Applicant successful in written examination shall be called for an oral, not others. Then results shall be declared in the month of July. You are allowed only maximum of 6 attempts. Sir, how will be the examination? It will be a very tough one. I keep on telling, the percentage of pass is less than 10%. And when you consider the personality test or oral test, it becomes less than 4 or 5% of the people who have aspired. Most of the people don't enter at all, but I want every one of you to enter, and I will assure you, you will do your best. If not this, you will be getting very good employment as a G card holder, or any company will absorb you for the knowledge you get. So don't have to be disappointed. And you have 6 attempts to clear the exam. The examination is for a duration of 3 hours. There will be 150 questions. We will be having the same pattern, and we will run through 20 mock tests so that we will be fully prepared for that. But here, a word of caution. The language is only Hindi and English. Secondly, there is a negative marking. For every right question, you get +3 and minus for every wrong answer. There, people do this one and lose their credibilities. So one should be very, very careful. You have to, maximum marks awarded is 450. Passing marks is 270%, not 35%. Kindly note. So, and the amount of information you need to study is vast, because naturally I told you, so many acts have to be studied. Some of them I'll try to share here. Bill of entry, bill of export, and various customs documents, export, import documents you need to know. Arrival clearance of the vessels, various declarations filed by them. Then classification, HS classification of goods, rates of duty, how it is determined, what is the various types of customs duties available, types of customs duty, how value of an import or export goods is being done, how to convert the currency. It could be any currency of the country, whether it could be eligible, what is the rate we have to take, nature and description of the documents filed, procedure, how department takes to do assessment, how to make payment of duty, refund of duty, what are the law, procedures, involved. You have to be very, very specific there. Questions will be very confusing, and therefore you have to study the law in depth in each one of them. Especially Customs Act, you have to know by heart. To that extent, main features you should try to learn, and prohibitions on imports and exports is the main task. We call it as border enforcement works, allied acts. I found that during last year, more than 50% were on prohibitions of imports and exports. So that was a very tough ask for everyone to know all those laws which are prohibiting goods into India and out of India under various enactments of the India. Bonding procedures, re-importation, drawback, export promotion schemes including foreign trade policy, offenses under the Act, allied acts, Prevention of Corruption Act, procedure for appeal, applications, all this we are going to guide you through very simple informative things, and we are going to give you the study material at every day's class. And also we are going to give you the PPT, plus also we are going to ask you to ask questions whichever you are not able to. But one thing is important, you have to apply your mind and study every day. And it may not be possible for most of the people who are the executives to attend the classes during the office hours. So we are planning to defer the time in the evening and accommodate more classes on Saturdays and Sundays so that we will finish the syllabus. Syllabus has not ended. Kindly wait. You can see this is most dangerous way. The other day when I was speaking to certain the custom brokers, they said, sir, how many acts we have to read? In this, important ones have been these things. You can see Indian Explosives Act, Destructive Insects Act, Dangerous Drugs Act, Cosmetics, Drugs and Cosmetics Act, Copyright Act, then Arms Act, Patent Act, IPR laws, FTDR Act. All this you cannot read in full. However, we should concentrate what are the important provisions controlling imports and exports, and what are the provisions of prohibitions there, which we have identified, and we are going to give you in a very capsule manner so that you can get on the examination. That 20 papers, if you could pass, you can pass any examination, I will assure you. Okay, you have to put some efforts because you have to reach your goal. We are not there to reach your goal. So what efforts you pay, and also we'll talk about some aspects of ICE Gate, knowledge of regulations, rules, notifications, what are they, what is meant by circular, what is meant by trade, is all that we are going to do. Then for granting of written rural exemption, after payment of 5,000 rupees, within 2 months they are going to give. This is afterwards we will look into bond furnishing and all that. They are later work. We will concentrate that as time comes. That is not an issue at all. You will be traveling with us. We will be guiding you at every stage of the journey. This license, once you take, is valid forever. But if you don't work for 1 year, then you may have to apply again for revoking of that with 15,000 rupees as the fees. This change has come in the 2021. Earlier, it was valid for 5 years and it has to be renewed. Now that is done away with. So once you take a license, you are like a king in the customs sport, where you are going to bridge the gap between the traders and the department, and thereby you can be a very good entrepreneur or work for a very good company as a customs broker. That is the advantage for you. There are others, sir. Sometimes they say CBLR exam, CHA exam, custom broker exam, Rule 6 exam, F-card. Sir, are they different? No, it is the same one called by different name. The examination pattern is so old. It is older than me, to be frank with you. So it's from time immemorial. The custom broker has been very attractive one, but it was opened up for everyone in those days. Later on, it became segregated as education improved in India. So we have come with rules, regulations later on. Provided, sir, whether only custom broker can do import, export, no. There is no need of any license for an importer and to exporter to his account. So you can get employed in an importer company or an exporter company as a person who can sign those documents under Rule 6 examination passed man as a F card holder. And they may have you as a regular in-house custom broker also. Or you can open up, and from sitting in Bengaluru or Chennai or from any place, you can handle any product, any goods after a couple of years to whole of India. So that's the advantage you have. In addition to, anyone who wants to aspire to work with a company, custom broker company or freight forwarder, can be given with a H card holder if he is a graduate. It is no need of any examination there. So for employment, that could be the easy way to get in. But from there to get G card, you need to pass the examination. Or if you are qualified directly, F card you can hold it. F card holder is the primary person who will handle and who has authority to sign all the documents. So this is how it is handled. Then a lot of obligations are there. Once you have been given the responsibility, what are the obligations? That you have to promptly pay the government dues, taxes collected from the importer and exporter. No dishonest must be there. And you should be very due diligent to correctly guide the importers and exporters. You have to update yourself every day, changes that are happening. All that goes to it, and it will add value to you. You have to cooperate with the customs whenever cases are there, investigations are there. And you should not refuse, you should not conceal any document, remove document. All of them are obligations which are normally there. That is not a troublesome thing to you at all. With this, I come to end of my talk, and I